It's no fun to lose, but to be losing with no hope of turning the tables can easily be a lot worse. If the round's pretty much been decided, but the match is nowhere near over, it can feel like playing the game is just a formality. It feels like you failed already, you're failing right now, and you're about to fail some more. Trying to win can just feel like drawing out the match, and wasting everybody's time. The knee-jerk fix to this would be to give a losing player a small advantage, but that can lead to even worse problems. For example, Smash 4's Rage system was intended as a comeback mechanic where the more players hit, the stronger their knockback gets. Now, the actual distance between a regular and Rage boosted hit isn't much. It's not even really enough to help score a kill, but it is enough to mess up the spacing on your combos, so it's become pretty infamous amongst the community. After all, the more your opponent hits you, the further back you're supposed to go, not the other way around. It's not exclusive to Smash either. You can find a bunch of other infamous comeback mechanics all over that usually just end up pissing players off and not fixing the initial problem. The most egregious example would be the blue shell from Mario Kart, where players in last are given this 100% accurate super weapon to mess with the players in first. The problem is that slowing down the player in first doesn't really do much to help the person in last, since it helps every other player in the game as well. It feels less like a mechanic to interact with and strategize around than it feels like artificial rubber banding. The lightning bolt works a bit better since it hits everybody, but since it's still undodgeable, the bullet bill's probably another step above that. The problem with these two is that they both cut out the player. If you're in the lead, you can hold on to items to block most attacks, but there's almost nothing you can do about lightning and blue shells. And if you're in the back, then you just use your items as soon as you get them. It's just a free boost. It's actually possible to build games that support comebacks without frustrating the player in the lead, or incentivizing poor play though. Good comeback mechanics exist. They don't just bail you out of a bad situation, but they do widen your defensive pool and improve your offensive output in a pinch. That way your opponent has to respect your position more, which incentivizes a more cerebral playstyle on both ends. If you take a close look at most fighting games, you'll notice that getting hit with certain moves actually give you a substantial amount of meter. That resource doesn't lead to free damage, but it does give you a leg to stand on. Normally, if Valentine wanted to get in on this peacock, she'd have to weave between all these projectiles. But if you have the juice to spend, then you can just super your way in. Alternatively, if you decide to save the meter and manage to get in the regular way, then you can use that same resource to lengthen your combo and sneak in some extra damage. Either way, it's up to the player to use that resource economically, and it doesn't automatically give them a leg up. Plus, the momentum shift will give the peacock player some meter, and then the cycle will repeat itself. Successfully spend meter to shift the momentum, and then try to hold on to that momentum by keeping the pressure on. The weird thing about Smash is that it never really needed a comeback mechanic in the first place, since it's designed in a way that gels well with an adrenaline-fueled last stand. Even if you're behind by a number of stocks, if you play smart enough, you're never far from landing a kill. You see, in normal fighting games, everything comes down to HP, but Smash is based on ring outs. When you focus up and play hard, you can land those super early on. Because losing a stock is easy when you're not at your best, a round of Smash is never really decided until it's over. Even if your opponent is expecting you to go for an early stock, you can use that context to kite them into readable positions, which will make that stock even easier to steal as you play on. You don't really need Rage to make Smash a more interesting game, it just adds another number to complicate things when you're in the heat of it. And comebacks are genuinely more exciting without the crutch.